Hello children. Today we will read an interesting and a funny poem about science homework. Like all of you are doing homework and we have done a lot of homeworks in our lifetime, and we have put excuse also for not being able to complete our homework. We have put various reasons for leaving our homework incomplete. We say like, I was ill so I couldn't do my homework, I went to some birthday party, or I was not home so I couldn't do my homework. So all these are some of the excuses that we all have more or less put for leaving our homework incomplete. And again, here in this poem we are going to see how many excuses the poet puts for not doing his homework. You know what happens? This science homework is a funny poem about homework. Yes, in this poem the poet makes excuse to not submit his homework. He narrates a strange story about his science assignment that created havoc in his house. Havoc means his science homework created trouble in his house, because of which he couldn't do his science homework. It burbled out of test tube. Now can you imagine homework burbling out of test tube? What are test tube? Test tubes are made of glass that you will find in science laboratories, where we put chemicals in, we mix chemicals and see their reactions. That is used in chemistry when you grow up, and when you go to a science laboratory you will surely see it. It burbled out of test tube and then it went slithering away. Slithering means the movement of snake. It moved off like a snake, then it wriggled off the table and landed with a splat on the floor. So splat is a sharp noise that happens when something hits the surface with force. You know, it's kind of this sound. You know, this is kind of splat sound. When you slap the floor, this splat sound comes. This is the splat sound. Okay. Next, it walked unsteadily and terrorized the poet's cat. And what happens next is the homework walks off unsteadily and it frightens the poet's cat. And then it went down the staircase with a gurgling noise. Gurgling noise, when you gurgle, you know, like it when you put water and you make sound from here, from your throat, so it makes a gurgling sound. Okay, now let's see what happens. The poem begins like this, and the poet says, I hope that you believe me, for I wouldn't tell a lie. I cannot turn my science homework, and this is why. Here the poet begins putting his excuseful story for not doing his homework. I messed up the assignment that you gave us yesterday. It burbled from its test tube and went slithering away. Yes, in the very beginning I told that the homework burbled out of the test tube. Okay, it formed bubbles and vapors and it burbled out of the test tube and it slithered away. It wriggled off the table and it landed with a splat, convulsed across my bedroom and terrorized the cat. Yes, now it wriggled off the table and it landed with a splat. What happened? Wriggling is, you know, like this. It moved off the table and it landed with a splat. Convulse means moving unsteadily, violently. It violently moved across the poet's bedroom floor and it terrorized the cat. It frightened his cat. It shambled down the staircase with a horrid glorping noise. It wobbled to the family room and gobbled all my toys. Oh my God, you see how his homework is creating trouble here. It shambled, it went jumping down the staircase with a horrid glorping noise, with a gurgling noise. It wobbled to the family room and then it went on jumping to the family room and it gobbled all my toys. It swallowed all my toys. The poet is saying that my homework swallowed all my toys, it terrorized my cat. Yes, so naughty. It tumbled to the kitchen and digested every plate. That slimy blob enlarged with every item it ate. Now the poet is saying that my homework went to the kitchen and it digested every plate, whatever dish were made. The poet, the homework ate whatever dish was made in the kitchen. Okay, my homework went to the kitchen and it ate every plate. The slimy blob, the homework was small, but the moment it started eating, it enlarged itself with every plate. Whatever he ate, he digested everything, and he kept on enlarging itself with every plate. Yes, it writhed around the living room, digesting lamps and chairs. And now what happened? The homework became like a monster. It became so big that it went to his living room and digested lamps and chairs, then snuck up on our napping dog and caught him unawares. And what happened? Now my homework became so big, it became monstrous. It went to my napping dog. My dog was sleeping and he ate my dog. My homework ate my dog. I came to school upset today. My head's in such a fog. My head's now blank. I cannot think anything. I'm just blank. The poet is saying I cannot figure out anything. I cannot think anything. I'm not in a state to think anything. I'm just upset and my head's in a fog. But this is my excuse. You see, my homework ate my dog. You see, now the poet is saying, you see, this is my excuse, that my homework ate my dog, so I couldn't do my homework. Yes, so this was very, very funny. It's hilarious how his homework just writhed and tumbled and convulsed, shambled, did so many things, went everywhere around the house, and he ate the things in the kitchen, and he ate his dog. It ate his dog. The homework ate the poet's dog. You see what kind of excuse he put. So I hope that you have understood and enjoyed the poem. Yes, I have also enjoyed the poem. It was hilarious, it was interesting, and yes, I will also see what kind of excuse do you put to me if you are unable to complete your homework. Okay, come up with a nicer excuse. Yeah, I will see your creative excuses. Don't come with I was suffering from fever, this and that. Put me a nice excuse for which you couldn't do your homework. Alright, we'll see you there. So you please read this poem. Okay, it's a very funny, it's a hilarious poem. You read it, and yes, keep reading. Thank you, children. Have a nice time.